Hello everybody, it's Michael here from Replica Airguns with another tabletop review. Today we are going to check out this Crosman Remington 1875 CO2 Dual Ammo BB Revolver. And again, this is the tabletop review, so there's not going to be shooting in this video. I will be following it up shortly with a field test shooting video where I'll check out the FPS or velocity, and then I'll also do some accuracy tests to see what kind of accuracy we get with probably 6 rounds in this one because it's got 6 rounds in the cylinder, so we'll do that. On a paper target, set up 30 feet downrange. Now this product is available in both our Canada and our US online Replica Airgun stores over at replicaairguns.ca for Canada and replicaairguns.us for the US. I will put links in the description for you to check out this product if you're interested in it. All right, let's get right into the specifications. This is a mostly all metal gun. It does use a single 12-gram CO2 cartridge, and it shoots 4.5 millimeter steel BBs and .177 caliber pellets. You're going to find 6 shells of each. So this is a shell loading gun. So 6 shells for BBs and 6 shells for pellets, which you can use interchangeably. Now the total length of this gun is 13 inches or 33 centimeters, and the barrel is 6.5 inches or 16.5 centimeters, and it is non-rifled. I would have kind of liked it to be rifled for the pellets. Now the trigger on it is single action only, as you would expect from a gun of this era. And it does shoot up to 410 FPS. I'm not sure if that's going to be pellets or BBs. Sometimes it's surprising which ones go faster. Just depends how they fit in that barrel. Sometimes lead pellets, because they fit a little tighter, they get more CO2 behind them. It doesn't leak out the sides, and sometimes they can go faster than the BBs. Now this gun has a total weight of 2.3 pounds, so it's nice and heavy and solid in the hand, being all metal or almost all metal. And you're going to find fixed front and back sights. So you've got the post in the front, groove in the rear. They are non-adjustable, and the safety switch is just in front of the trigger there, not where you'd expect it on a real gun like this, but a lot of these airgun companies, for liability reasons, will put safeties on guns that may not have had them originally. And the CO2 and screw are well hidden under the grips there, with the Allen key built into the grips, which is nice. And if you haven't noticed, this is a copy of a Remington 1857 revolver. This product is made in Taiwan, and I believe it's through Crosman, distributed through Crosman, as it says on the packaging, Crosman. And it does come in a clamshell packaging with 6 BB shells and 6 pellet shells, along with a manual. So let's take a quick look at this packaging. I'm not a fan, but there you go, right? Up to 450 FPS, it says on here. It's weird because some of our specifications say 410, but I would expect it to be more like 410. So 450, that's a lot. So you can see here, you get both of the shells, CO2, information on the back here, okay? 450, I guess it's official. 13.125 inches, 2.3 pounds, 6 cartridges. It's a lot of the same things I just told you, okay? Right? There's sort of a look at what the magazine looks like inside, or the pistol grips look inside. Let's take a look at this gun here. Right? Actually, you know what? Let's do a quick comparison while I'm got some other guns ready to go. So I have a John Wayne single action army pistol, and a lot of this is going to be the same. Okay, same design, right? Shell loading and single action gun. This is your standard 45, single action army pistol, right? This is the John Wayne distributed through Umarex version. Nice gun, very similar. The other one's obviously got a longer barrel, but similar, right? How they're going to function, how you're going to load them, all of that's going to be very similar. Now, the product I just reviewed is this Bera 1858, and this is an all plastic gun. It's magazine fed through a typical magazine, tube here, like you find on some guns. Not as realistic, not shell loading, but a fun plinker with a high capacity magazine. So you've got more than 6 rounds. You've got 18 rounds with this one. Recessed barrel, but very lightweight because it's almost all plastic. All right, let's get back to the Remington 1875, and we'll do the walk around. Okay, let's take a good look at this gun. All right, so nice finish on it. You can see the shells in the front there. Going to be a lot of fingerprints on a finish like this. Got your Remington. Okay, all metal. Everything you're looking at is almost all metal. Nice recessed barrel. Post sight up front. All right, notch in the rear. Right, there's no CO2 in this gun. You've got the loading area here. Okay, right. Now, by the way, you can push this little button down here and pull this out. I'm not going to do it, but you can pull this all the way out and take the cylinder out if you want to. So if for some reason you need to get in there, clean it, or something's gone awry, you can do that. Does have a nice, short, very little, like almost zero take up, and there's no slack in it at all. It's just like, it just goes. It's not the lightest single action trigger, but it's very good. It's very decent. Sometimes they can get really light, and this has got a little bit more weight to it, so it's not going to be, as unpredictable, go off on you by accident. So there's where your CO2 goes. There's your Allen key. It is built into the grip, but it does separate from the grip, so you could lose it, I guess, if you're not putting it back where it's supposed to be. But it's always going to be with the gun if you put it back in there. There's the CO2 screw, right? So it's not too obvious, but you can see it if you look underneath. Right, there's your selector your selector switch for your safety. So it's either in safe or fire mode. Right, you're not going to get full auto with this guy, not unless you really go at it. All right, so that's pretty much it for the walk around. All right, so at this point, let's get into the pros and the cons. It's an almost all metal build with a solid 2.3 pound weight to it, and it's a pretty good replica of a Remington 1875 revolver, both in looks and function. It does have that single action only trigger, which is short and light with almost no take up whatsoever. So it should be pretty good for, getting some good shot placement, and hopefully those pellets are nice and accurate. We'll find out when I do the field test shooting video. It does have a claimed FPS of 450. Maybe it's probably closer to 410 like I suggested at the beginning, but we'll find out. So that should be decent for shooting at 30 to 40 feet, no problem. And you do also have the choice of shooting either 4.5 millimeter steel BBs or .177 caliber pellets. It does come with the 6 shells for the BBs and the 6 shells for the pellets, so that's nice. You've got 12 shells altogether. A lot of these guns only come with 6. And that safety is well hidden just in front of the trigger, so it's easy to get to, but not too, in your face and obvious. I like the fact that it has a recessed barrel. That always looks good, gives the gun a more realistic look. And that CO2 Allen key is built kind of into the grip. It's there, you just got to put it back in. So hopefully you don't lose it. Just make sure to put it back in the grip there, clip it in, and you'll be fine. And the chrome finish, I think, with the bone style grips looks really good. As far as the white markings go, they don't stand out too much on this chrome finish. I kind of didn't highlight that too much, but you can see it does have the white markings, but because it's a chrome finish, they don't jump out at you too much. But there's a bit too much of them in my opinion. I can get rid of some of these. All right, a couple cons. I'm not a fan of clamshell packaging. I feel it just cheapens the product. That initial unboxing is just not the same when you're cutting through plastic and cutting your hands on it or trying to rip it apart with your teeth. I much prefer a box. It just makes the gun feel more pristine. And again, that barrel, it's not rifled for the pellets. So, I get it with the BB pellet guns. There sometimes, the BBs are going to maybe damage the rifling, but some people are just going to shoot pellets in this gun. And if they had a rifled barrel, that wouldn't get damaged. The rifling should be fine. And again, the sights are non-adjustable, but that's fairly common with a gun like this, both in BB and real. Hopefully you're just going to have a gun that shoots pretty straight for you, or otherwise you will have to adjust your aim point. All right, that wraps up this review of the Crosman Remington 1875 CO2 Dual Ammo Revolver. Again, don't forget to check out the links in the description if you're interested in buying it over at replicaairguns.ca and replicaairguns.us. And again, we have other products there: air guns, BB guns, airsoft guns, pellet guns, blank guns, and other accessories. If you head over to replicaairguns.com, I'll have a written post for this gun with all the information listed that I just talked about in this video, maybe some stuff I might have left out. So go check that out. Again, I'll try and put a link in the description, replicaairguns.com. And don't forget to subscribe before you head out, and also check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.